One, and I am making my debut on the Hardcore Sportswork Network channel. My name is Pierre. I'm also known as PD Proudlock on YouTube as well. I mentioned it's my first time on this channel as well, making my debut as well. And yeah, thank you so much for letting me be part of this channel. Looking really forward to it. So yeah. And so yeah, in today's show, I'm discussing about the game between which took place I went to today between Newcastle United versus Arsenal in the Premier League, which finished Newcastle United 0, Arsenal 2, which I was at the game today. I know I am a Newcastle United fan as well. My side did unfortunately lose today 2-0. I was disappointed that we lost today, but we give it a try. That's the main thing. That was the main thing at today's game. We give it a right good go out there today. But Arsenal had a game plan which they used against to us, and it worked for them perfectly. That was the thing. So yeah, and we could deal with their game plan that they had when they came up to St James's Park today and got that win, which got them the 2 goals. Of course, we did have the referee first gave a penalty to us at first. But unfortunately, the referee, Chris Kavanagh, was made to check the VAR monitor to check whether that decision that he gave was correct. But judging by when he looked at the VAR screen, he then realized he looks like he made the wrong decision. Because it actually hit the Arsenal player's leg first before then going onto his hand. So they will look at that and thinking that is not a deliberate handball or any some sort of intentional handball. So that's why the decision for the penalty was then overruled. But after that, Arsenal do take the lead through Martin Odegaard. It was a cracking strike outside the box. Shame our goalkeeper Nick Pope couldn't get the save, and it was a great finish for Martin Odegaard, who has been one of Arsenal's best players this season. He's been a really cracking player for them, and he puts Arsenal 1-0 up into the game. Before the game, before we got the penalty, when the penalty decision got before it was overruled, we started the game off very well. We hit the post early on through our winger Jacob Murphy, who got on his left foot, was aiming for the far corner. But shame that the post unfortunately denied him, and that's why the ball didn't end up in the back of the net. So there. But Arsenal had chances to extend the lead in the first half. Saka had a great chance as well. Martin Odegaard had another chance, which he just fired just past the post as well. So, yeah, Mitch is in the chat again. Hey, what's up, bro? Yeah, very well. Thank you so much for letting me make my debut and being part of this channel. Him as well. Again, really massive thank you for letting me become part of this channel as well. So, here you are. But yeah, as I mentioned, Arsenal had lots more chances to try and extend the lead in that first half. Nick Pope had to pull a couple of some saves off. We had to defend when we needed to at times as well. So, and then half time comes and you're thinking, right, it's not gone according to a plan. What could we look to do to make it improved in the second half? We did make any early substitutions, which I was a little bit surprised we didn't. But yeah, you're thinking, should Eddie Howe look to have bring the substitutions on a lot more earlier? We didn't fetch the substitutions on till around about the 60-odd minute throughout the game. We fetched Alan St-Maximin on, and of course Anthony Gordon as well. Them two did okay when they come on, I thought. So You are. I thought our midfield was very overrun today. We had Bruno Guimaraes, we had Joe Willock, and we had Joe Linton and as our three in midfield. And unfortunately, they got completely overrun by Arsenal's midfield today by the likes of Granit Xhaka, Martin Odegaard, and of course Jorginho as well. Them really overran our midfield, and our midfield was really not on their game today, which was a very disappointment considering how good our midfield has been a lot this season. But Arsenal's midfield outbattled us completely, and they did really catch our defence out a lot as well. So there, up front with us, Isak really put himself about with his skill and his quality out on the left-hand side. I thought Callum Wilson had a very, very quiet game for us. I thought so, which has not been like him as well. So, but yeah, as I mentioned, it just wasn't our day today. It just wasn't our day, and we will be kicking ourselves in a way as well that we didn't take our opportunities. That was the main thing in the game. But we can analyze that, and I think Eddie Howe will do that, and he will look and say, right, what did go wrong in the game? That can we look to put right for the next game, which will be away against Leeds United at Ellen Road. We badly missed Sean Longstaff in our midfield as well. I mean, he's really, really helped our midfield a lot this season as well. Sean Longstaff. And since he's picked up an injury, he's been a massive, massive miss for us, which has been a real, real blow for us. It really, really has as well. But we should be looking to have other players step up there to the mark as well. But we got, as I mentioned, overrun today. I don't think it works for Joe Linton being a right-sided midfielder. You either have it as a left-sided centre midfielder or you have him out on the left-hand side of the wing, which is it's worked very much a lot for him. Just on the right side, I just don't think it suits him that well, and it really, really doesn't for me. So then Arsenal, they do go 2-0 up into the game. A ball played across. I think it was by Martinelli, who hit the ball before. He then played the ball across, and unfortunately, it hit one of our defenders, Fabian Schär, which he put it into his own net, which is classed as an own goal. And that put Arsenal 2-0 up into the game, and Arsenal are on the way to get the 3 points. And are still within the title race within this Premier League season. If we had to beat them today, their title race would have been well and truly been over. But it looks like this could go right down to the very last wire as well. We, on our hands, we're still within a fight, in a place of fighting to get to the Champions League for next season. We are still in third place in the Premier League table. The only thing that's helped us stay third is because Manchester United did lose to West Ham as well, and that's why we've not dropped a place in the league table. So West Ham United did us a favour as well to keep us into third place within the table. So it just shows that we are still well within this in this position to finish and get Champions League football for next season, which would be absolutely fantastic as well, considering how far we've come as a football club now. And since under our previous ownership with being Mike Ashley, we were going absolutely nowhere but down. But since we got our takeover, which happened just over a year ago, back in October 2021, the club's going in a right direction. It's going in a really, really positive direction now, which is absolutely brilliant. We are now challenging at least for something, whether it's Europe a title or a cup. Like we did have a Carabao Cup final this season. Shame we lost out on it against Manchester United, but again, it just shows how far as a football club we have come now. We have got ambition at the football club, and we've got owners who want to take this football club forward, which is really, really good. So, yeah. But yeah, all is not lost in terms of today's game. Arsenal, they've got a lot of really good players out in their side, and that's why they are where they are and how far they've come as well in terms of challenging for the league title. They're getting themselves into Champions League football for next season as well, because they've been out of the Champions League for a very, very long time as well. So it was the last time they had Champions League football was back in the 2016-2017 season. After that, they've only been managing to finish in the Europa League places. Yeah, there was one season they missed out on Europe completely, but then they went back to the Europa League, which they did lose by Sporting Lisbon for this season as well. But they're in the position to finish high and get a Champions League football for next season. And they are still within this title race in this Premier League season as well. It's not over just yet. Although if Man City do win the remaining games, then they are going to retain that Premier League title as well. So, yeah. But when we face Leeds United in our next Premier League game, Eddie Howe, again, will look at that and thinking what we didn't do and what we make sure we will do when we face Leeds United in the next game. So to make sure we get it right, we get those 3 points, and we make sure we keep pushing for a Champions League spot for next season, which would be absolutely fantastic as well. Of course, we will have to look for new players for the new season when we are in Champions League football, because we still have a squad that is, there's a lot of players that are not going to be, you could say, up to that standard for Champions League football. There will still be a few in there. We got players coming the end of the contract, so we're going to look to move some of those on and and they will be placed with new players, quality players as well. So, yeah. But yeah, going back to the game, Arsenal saw the game throughout the remaining game and, well, of course, won the game 2-0. And they'll be happy that the title challenge is still not over for them. Of course, we are miles away from going to do that. But it was just it was more disappointing than being really, really annoyed or very frustrated, because we did try out there the day. We did give it our best that we could. It's just Arsenal's game plan went into their favour and it really, really worked for them. And that was the thing. So, but hopefully we put that right. And we keep fighting until this season finishes. And we come where we need to be in the position that we want to finish for the end of the season as well. So that would be brilliant. Of course, the lineup that we went with today. So in goal, we had Nick Pope. In defence, we had Kieran Trippier, we had Fabian Schär, Sven Botman, and Dan Burn. In midfield, we had Bruno Guimaraes, we had Joe Willock, and we had Joe Linton. And our attack, we had Jacob Murphy, Alexander Isak, and Callum Wilson. So that who has started for us in the game. In the second half, we fetched on to try and change it up and get fresh legs on. We did bring on Alan Saint-Maximin, Anthony Gordon. We took Callum Wilson and Joe Willock off at that point during the game as well. So, no, we actually, before that, we had Miguel Almiron come on Before that, we took Jacob Murphy off. Then we got Alan Saint-Maximin on and Anthony Gordon. And our last two substitutions we did fetch on was Elliot Anderson and Matt Target, who they replaced Joe Linton and Dan Byrne for us. So that was our lineup that we went with today. So the team that Arsenal put out is that in goal they went with Aaron Ramsdale. The back four they all also went with the same formation as what we did. They had Ben White, they had Jacob Kiwa, they had Gabriel, and they had Zinchenko, Alexander Zinchenko. In their midfield, they had Martin Odegaard, they had Jorginho, and they had Granit Xhaka. In their attacking, they had Bukayo Saka, they had Gabriel Martinelli, and they had their striker Gabriel Jesus in their side as well. The substitutes they did bring on is their first substitution was Kieran Tierney, one of their left backs. So that was the first substitution that Arsenal brought on in the game. And the other substitution was they brought on Thomas Partey for Martin Odegaard. For Kieran Tierney to come on, they took off Alexander Zinchenko, but Thomas Partey came on for Martin Odegaard, and also it was Leandro Trossard who came on as well for Gabriel Martinelli. And the last two substitutions was Eddie Nketiah, who came off for Gabriel Jesus, and of course they did bring on Reece Nelson for Bukayo Saka, just to get some fresh legs on, and just to see out the rest of the game for them as well. So yeah, but I was just disappointed today that we did get something out of the game today, because I thought we could have really, really well done. We just didn't take our chances. We couldn't find the back of the net, unfortunately, and Arsenal did, and that is what it had got them the win as well. So they had their players were better than ours on the day as well. One of the really that I really didn't like throughout the game was the referee. I mean, he was very, very poor, the referee, who was called Chris Kavanagh, and he just didn't know how to control the game from start to the very end of the game. As well, I know we were very annoyed that Arsenal were time wasting a lot during the game, but they were very critical to come back and say as well, you were doing it at our place, the Emirates Stadium, when you came to our place and you got a 0-0 draw there. So yeah. But I did meet some Arsenal fans after the game as well, and they were happy for us. They were really praising us a lot in terms of how we've become as a football club, and we were the same as well, considering they were always not challenged for the title. They were miss out on a Champions League spot, but now that's a team that's really doing well together. I think Mikel Arteta is doing very, very well for them, and he can only keep going as far as he can. He's Eddie Howe with us as well. So Eddie Howe has been a fantastic manager for us. He's been a brilliant. He took our side that looked like that could have well dropped down the leagues, and kept us quite high up in the table. in the end of that season to get us even higher in the league table is just incredible as well. So, which is brilliant. And we are here to challenge for something now, whether it's a trophy, a European spot, that we are here to compete now, which is the thing. So, just shame that it didn't happen much on the pitch today, but we can turn that around. Because normally when we've lost a game, it will get looked at, and we look at that to say, right, what can we do to make sure it becomes right for the next game in the Premier League? So, which it will be so crucial. Which will be really, really crucial there for us, definitely. So, I could see us going down to Leeds United and picking up a win to get us back to winning ways. We keep fighting to get to that Champions League spot for next season because it's well and truly in our hands as well. Manchester United have lost against West Ham United, and that's why we still are in the position we are in the Premier League table as well. So, yeah. We keep going, we keep battling, and we make sure we keep getting the points that we need to get where we need to be for next season as well. So, yeah. But if anyone watching, and if any football fans, let me know. What do you think? If any of you have watched the game as well, or what do you make of Newcastle United as a club now, Arsenal as a football club, as well. So the Premier League is getting more competitive now. It really, really is. And that is fantastic to see as well. So, yeah. The referees and the officials, that does need addressing. The same with the VAR, but again, I put it down to the people who use the technology most, which is why it's not been up to its current standard than it should be. Which is why it needs looked at and it needs to be sorted out to be improved. Because if we keep seeing the same old, then it just makes fans more restless. It really, really does. And it costs team points in football games as well. And we have known to witness that a lot as well. So, which is why, as I mentioned, the referee today for us was so out of his depth. He didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to control the game. And there's decisions he should have given, which he didn't, and he ignored the situation as well. The only decision he did get right, and that was to overturn our penalty because it hit their player's knee. And then it bounced onto his arm, which is not classed as deliberate handball. So, that is the thing. So, but again, I would like to really say a massive thank you to Mitch for letting me being part of this channel, and I would bring out some shows for you that you will enjoy. Hopefully, will enjoy watching. As well, of course, I've got my own channel which I run as well, which I have pinned my channel link down in the description. So for me, I do cover a lot of Newcastle United videos because Newcastle United is my team. It's something I really like to talk about. And there's a lot of other Newcastle United fans I like to do collaborations with them as well. And that's what it's all about in regards to YouTube and things like that. And again, with now me coming on board this channel. Hopefully, Mitch can help me, can help and bring, which I would like to know that I can help make this channel grow as well as my own channel as well. So again, really, really thank you for Mitch again to let me be part of this channel that he has made. So again, really, really appreciate that. Again, thank you so much. Definitely, and I will look to bring more shows the best I can, which you may find very, very interesting. As well, I know there's a lot of different kind of sports that do get covered on this channel, a lot as well, which are seen. So yeah, and that's good. That is really, really good. And I mentioned I will bring out with what I would like to see, definitely. So yeah, so again, really, really massive thank you again to Mitch. So absolutely. But yeah, again, I was just Newcastle. It wasn't Newcastle United's day today. It was Arsenal's day. They're still fighting for the Premier League title. But we've had a fantastic season. Hopefully, this game is also a one-off. We've only lost 5 games in total this season. As well, we've lost to Liverpool twice, home and away. And we have lost away to Aston Villa and Manchester. To Manchester City, we've lost to Arsenal today as well. So we're still going the best we can. And it's just I'm loving being a supporter of this football club, Newcastle United. Newcastle United's in my blood. My family have been supporting Newcastle United as well, and that's what it's all about. It really, really is all about that. So so I hope to bring out as much more Newcastle United videos on this channel, and hopefully you will enjoy what I do bring out as well whenever I get the chance to as well. So there. So yeah. Thank you so much. And yeah, my team are facing Leeds United on the next Saturday. It's a very early kickoff as well, where it is broadcasted live. I do like to do watch alongs as well. So which has been really helpful for my channel to grow with doing these as well. And it's because it's been hard to get to away games as well. I do go to all the home games, which is absolutely fantastic. I am a season ticket holder, which gives me every home game that is there for me to go to. So as well. So yeah. So my team faces Leeds United in the next game. And again, I will maybe look to bring a video out on this, like another show on this channel again. Given my thoughts, my reviews of the whole of the game in general. So yeah, and hopefully next time it's my team does get that win, as well, to keep pushing for the Champions League places for next season. And it would just be great to beat a manager who's well and truly out of his depth in terms of tactics, etc., where he's not doing so well with a lot of teams now. That's the thing. So, and he had relegation written on his CV from when he relegated West Brom from the Premier League. And it could possibly well happen to him with another team that he is managing within this league as well. So hopefully we will win. We will look to improve from our defeat against Arsenal, and we go away from home and we look to get 3 points against a team that is really, really fighting to stay in the Premier League for next season. So There you are. But anyway, guys, I am going to leave it that as that. So, of course, I hope you have enjoyed. So, please, of course, do give a thumbs up on this show. Drop your comments in as well. Do subscribe to this channel as well, Hardcore Sports Network. And again, hopefully I will be bringing some more content out on this channel a lot more, which would be absolutely fantastic. And again, I can only thank Mitch for letting me be part of this channel, which is great. Find me on my own channel as well. It is down in the description. It is my channel. It is called PD Proudlock. And you can follow me on my other social media platforms as well. I do have a Facebook page. I have a Twitter page. I also have Instagram as well, and I also have a Snapchat. So if you want to give me a follow and like on there, which would be great, follow me and I will give you a follow back as well. So massive thank you. Well then, guys, as I mentioned, I am gonna go as well. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you all later. Take care. Thank you very much.